Let's look at 3 perfectly useless exercises for squash. The first is the lat pull down. So we got 250 pounds here. Absolutely useless. Here's our second absolutely useless exercise for squash, the bench press. I've got 240 pounds here. Useless. Finally, we have the much vaunted Andy Murray biceps curl to develop his biceps. So I'm not sure what he was curling. Put it on 140 pounds. Not good for tennis, not good for squash either. So there you have it, 3 exercises not to do for squash. So what, if any, upper body exercises are good for squash? Well, the old-fashioned push-up is a great example. More for shoulder stability. We don't really need these big pecs. You'll notice most of the top players are pretty skinny. Any multi-joint exercises with a cable or tubing, either two-handed or one-handed, that involve the lower body in a kinetic chain in any plane, a downward plane or an upward plane, basically mimicking the squash action. Any of those are also great for squash. And they all fit in your bag. If you're really serious about your squash, you'll get a book in the Core Performance series. The series is put together by Mark Verstegen, and what's unique about these books is that they're divided into 5 sections, and this is all designed to keep us squash players on the squash court. They're not squash specific books, but many of the exercises are the type of modern, functional, dynamic, multi-joint exercises that we need in squash, instead of the old-fashioned unit joint exercises. His first book is a great one. If you're going to get one book, get this one. If you want to address, if you want a slightly more simplified version, Core Performance Essentials is good, and it delves a little bit more closely into diet. It's sort of made for the everyday person instead of the athlete. And the last one to come out in the Core Performance series is Core Performance Endurance. And if you think squash is an endurance sport, then this is a great book for you. It pays particular attention to rehabilitation after working out. So there's a lot of myofascial release with my new buddy, the foam roller. And it also goes into the use of the stretching rope and TheraBands. So these exercises were all put together by physiotherapists and strength and conditioning specialists. They've also, if you go to coreperformance.com, you can order a DVD. This is a tennis-specific one, so obviously a lot of the movements are adaptable to squash. You can also get these laminated little exercise cards, or you can photocopy some of the pages and laminate them yourself. And if you've been following Science of Coaching Squash, we've arranged a special trial, 3-week trial membership for you. Just go to the Core Performance website and you enter in the code CP-PPS, CP-PPS, and you're entitled to a 3-week membership. Once you're signed up, you get a customized program, individualized somewhat to your needs. You download video examples of all the exercises. You can download it to your iPhone. Fantastic way to go. I'm not sponsored by Core Performance in any way, shape, or form. I just really think they've hit it on the nail in terms of squash. Squash is such a tough sport. We need to pay a lot of attention to detail to the exercises we do. So give it a try.